Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Y'all, let's get right into it today, because if you've seen the title, we talking about normal. Let's talk about it. This episode topic came to my mind when I saw an Instagram post that I think someone I followed reposted it. And I'm going to link to the original post, the original originator person who made the post in the show notes at besttodayguide.com/8. But the Instagram post that the original person wrote said the following: normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car that you are still paying for in order to get to a job that you need so you can pay for the clothes, car, and the house that you leave empty all day in order to afford to live in it. Again, I'll put the actual Instagram post link. I'll link to it in the show notes if you want to take a look at it. And also just to give credit to the thing that actually made me think about this episode. And so the reason that that post caught my attention is because I remember distinctly having conversations about this with law school classmates a few years out of law school. You know, the common normal that you saw getting out of law school or those who took jobs making quote unquote good money. And rather than using that good money to get out of debt, they used it to buy new clothes and a new car and a new house because they felt they had to look the part. And, you know, that's essentially called the golden handcuffs, because later, if you discover that you don't love the work, you have to keep up with it to keep up with the lifestyle that you've created because you told yourself, well, this is what I need to portray the lifestyle of this career choice that I've made, right? Or everyone knows that insert whoever drives whatever or lives in this zip code or buys this or does this. You know, we see this played out in many areas, not just in the typical doctor lawyer brackets, right? It happens at all stages and places. And so it's like you bought your way out of freedom and into a cycle. And in general, I see a lot of discontented people who are trying to keep up with the Kardashians, because nobody's even trying to be like the Joneses anymore, right? The Joneses had dial-up internet. So we're not trying to be like the Joneses anymore. We're trying to be like the Kardashians in that you believe that appearance is more important than reality. You know, you'd rather appear wealthy, but be broke. You'd rather appear happy, but be lonely and discontent, appear in control of your life, but you're ruled by trying to keep up with an image, as opposed to who cares what I appear like, but I'm joyful and content. And who cares what you think about insert, you know, the car that I drive, my boundaries, insert my anything, if I'm actually living the life I want to live. And, you know, that is what I see as the normal of our times. Making decisions that you believe society values without asking, what do you value? Do you value peace of mind? Do you value having control over your life? Do you value having time to devote yourself to your relationships and to yourself? Do you value looking like you have it all? You get to decide, right? You get to decide what you value. But what I found are adults making a host of decisions not based on what they value, what aligns with the vision for their life, not in support of how they want to feel each day, but based on some definition of success that they self-imposed and agreed to. So for me, when I think about normal, and the reason I say beware of normal is, you know, that Instagram post is an example of what is in fact a very true normal in this country. But normal is making decisions based on someone else's definition of success and spending more time complaining about the choices you made rather than doing something about it. And that is the normal I would like to ask you to run away from, like your life depends upon it, in part because it does. At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today.
Hi, this is Regina. And, my story is around planners in general. Years ago, I started out with like Franklin Planner and then Daytimers. Um, I have used a lot of them over the years or attempted to use, but would never use them on a daily basis, or there would be more empty sheets than completed sheets. And the Best Today guide has been, for the first time, a planner that I honestly have used pretty much every page. And sometimes it's not a perfect week that I write in it every day, um, but I don't give up. I keep going. I just keep using it, and it's becoming more and more and more of a habit, kind of like that 1% that we learned from the habit, the Atomic Habit, and that excites me because it feels like I've actually used it more than I haven't used it. And my two favorite parts. One is the vision, because it helps me to remember what it is I want to accomplish. Again, it's not about perfection, but it really is about the progress, and it's working for me. And I guess the second piece is, that first page with writing out at night, or sometimes for me in the morning, what my morning routine is going to be, and what I'm going to do to like quiet my mind, and what I'll do for physical. Those things all together, I feel like, are helping me to achieve my goals in end of 2020 and going into 2021, like I just have not done in the past. So thank you.
Oh, Regina, thank you so much for sharing your story. Uh, I'm just smiling from ear to ear, hearing your story, because Regina also was one of our workshop students in 2020. And so just to see how far she has come, Regina, how far you have come, I am just grateful to be able to watch your journey with the Best Today guide, and with all the things inside the membership, and just really striving to be your best one today at a time. And if you want to join Regina and the thousands of women who also declare that this is what my best today looks like by using the Best Today guide, being proactive and intentional with your time, you can learn more at besttodayguide.com to order your Best Today guide. And also remember the starter bundle, which not only gives you the Best Today guide, but it gives you your first month inside the membership for free. It gives you Right Now Routine, Clean One Room, as well as the bonus pack of routine examples within Right Now Routine. You can learn more about the starter bundle at besttodayguide.com/start, or you can order just your Best Today guide at besttodayguide.com. We hope to see you living life over here on the other side of busy and being proactive and intentional with your time. You can get started by going to besttodayguide.com. Now, one way that I see this play out is the example, like I said, given in the Instagram post. Getting dressed to go to a place you hate so you can keep paying for the other stuff you don't use because you're usually working on the job that you hate. And you repeat, repeat, repeat. And let me be clear, the answer to this is not everyone go out and work for yourselves. I'm going to say that again. The answer is not, oh, well, then I just need to be a business owner. No, you don't. That's not everyone's gifting, calling, place, work. And also, let's be clear, working for yourself is not the only way to have autonomy in your life. And there are a lot of people who work for themselves who don't have autonomy in their lives. Entrepreneurship is not a get out of jail free card, So I want to make it clear that, this is not a everybody go create your own thing, because working for yourself is not the only way to have autonomy in your life and control over how you live your life and spend your days. Finding work that you enjoy or are good at, that you feel allows you to contribute something that has some level of meaning to you, is very possible. Very, very possible. As a child, I was asked so many times, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would say things like, I'm going to be a doctor, which I actually thought I was going to be for a brief spell. Um, you say these things as a child, but I want us to try to teach our children. Oh, let me speak for me. I want to teach my children to think of how they want to be at peace, close to the people they love, financially, mentally, emotionally healthy. I want to move away from the notion that what you do is so important that it's the first conversation you have when you meet strangers, right? It's the question children are asked most throughout their childhood. What do you want to do? You go to a function. Oh, well, what do you do? We have to move away from this normal because all of that is fruit growing up from this normal that I define, making decisions based on someone else's definition of success and spending more time complaining about the choices you made rather than doing something about it. We have to move away from this normalcy. It really leads people to believe that they have to fit one specific mold, and that mold has left many, perhaps you maybe, burned out, dissatisfied, wishing you knew then what you know now. And so this is a short episode. The entire point of this is to make you aware that normal is making decisions based on someone else's definition of success and then spending more time there complaining about the choices you made, right? Rather than doing something about it. And that's the normal I want you to run away from. Like I said, like your life depends on it. If you've been living a normal life by this definition, run. You can make a change. You can sit down and assess, okay, what do I want? I told you I'm going to talk about that like all the days of my life. Now, what do I need to do to undo the things I've done and to move me toward where I really want to be? Or maybe I need to sit down and make space and time to really get clear on what that is. Because it's not too late. You are capable of creating a life you love. You can take one step and then the next and then the next, right? You can be intentional. It won't happen overnight, most likely, but you can be intentional and turn things around to live your life intentionally and not just by default. You can put a plan in place, So my question to you is, will you run away from normal? I hope that the answer is yes. And if there is anything I can do to help you think through it or answer a follow-up question that you have from this episode, I want you to go to besttodayguide.com/voice and leave me a message. I would love to hear from you. You can also find that linked at besttodayguide.com/8, which will have the show notes and relevant links to today's episode. But I just want to challenge you to think for yourself, to let your life be based on intention, because that is not normal. That is not the norm. Not today, not in 2021, in a social media, reality TV, TikTok world. It is not, but it can be for you. So until next time, please remember that you are capable and worthy of being your best one today at a time. And you have everything you need right now to have everything you want. So go on and shout it out as you live it out. I want you to wake up every day and declare that this is what my best today looks like. But that means you've got to be willing to run away from normal. Talk to you again real soon in the next episode. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want, identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. see inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.